Welcome back to the AWS studio. My name is Robbie Belson and I'm here with Sean Casey from CSG. And we have a particularly exciting discussion here in store. When you think about our themes right here at Mobile World Congress, we've got network cloudification, network APIs, SaaS, and generative AI. We're going to cover 3 of the 4, all in about 15 minutes. We're going to discuss your product ideation journey, how you built a product in, 4 weeks?
That's right.
And then where we're going. Challenge accepted?
Challenge accepted.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role at CSG?
Yeah, so I'm Senior Vice President of Product Management for CSG, so I'm responsible for building out the products we take into the telecom market. So we really try to focus on cloud and SaaS. AWS has been a great partner for us as we've been on that journey, so really excited about what we've built out.
And we really want to unpack this journey, particularly as you integrated generative AI into this BSS solution.
Yeah.
Let's start with the customer signals. Why now?
Well, obviously everyone's talking about AI right now, and everyone's trying to find use cases in which they can drive value to their end customers. So for us, it was a natural progression, considering how many customer touch points we have, to focus on Gen AI and see how we can do some things that automate activities and drive additional value.
So the opportunity here was find ways to make more actionable recommendations to customers, right?
That's exactly right. So using AI, we can actually act like a care representative that's the best expert in the system, knows everything in the catalog, knows everything about the customer, and can have a conversation back with that customer to make a recommendation. It's really unique and compelling.
So you hear these customer signals, opportunity to integrate generative AI, and then AWS is a phone call away, and then you started building?
Pretty close to that, yeah. So we heard from our AWS account rep, and they asked us if we could do a demonstration for Mobile World Congress. Turned around in 4 weeks and had the use case built out. Really cool, used a lot of different technologies, Amazon Bedrock, SageMaker, machine learning, Gen AI, Amazon Lex, for example, from a chat perspective. We were able to pull it together in 4 weeks and have a really cool use case to demonstrate.
Yeah, I love the breadth and depth of services you leverage. I mean, hats off to you. You managed to, in 4 weeks, Bedrock, SageMaker, Titan.
That's right.
Entirely serverless. From scratch.
That's right. Yep.
What's the magic formula here?
Really motivated developers when they get to work with really cool products and technology, and a great company to partner with.
And so it seems clear services are something you clearly value, and being able to select the specific opportunity and technical feature right for you. Are there cultural elements and cloud partners that you really look for as you build this out as well?
Oh, for sure. And that's how we think about our customers as well. So when you build a SaaS product, it's about a relationship. You don't just turn a software product on and disappear for the next 4 years. When you build a SaaS product, you want to help them grow their business, and that's what we see in AWS. AWS is effectively a SaaS infrastructure provider with so much more now with the managed services that you guys provide. So we have that great partnership because we're continuing to innovate and invest with AWS, and you're making things easy for us to do. We didn't have to go build our own large language model. We could just plug into Bedrock and fire and move on. So
It's all about reducing the undifferentiated heavy lifting. We don't stop at the compute. It's also about these other services, higher level services, the likes of generative AI. And as we look to the future, I think it's clear that it's early days, but it's very clear what we believe the impact to be for customers, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it is early days. There's a lot of adoption left to occur. The benefit's going to be there for the customers, and it's going to be there for new customers too. So new enterprises coming on to start to drive value-added services on top of networks. That's really, again, where SaaS and cloud can drive differentiation, because you can make it very, very quick to onboard those new customer types.
And I'm sure it's not only early days for leveraging generative AI in the context of Ascendon, but across your entire product portfolio. We always say there's no compression algorithm for experience. 40 plus years later, there's so much more you can do with generative AI. Any early insights into what that might look like beyond Ascendon?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I guess we have so many customer touch points across our products, and every time that we're thinking about a touch point with that customer, how do we make it more personal to them? How do we take something that a human would have to do and actually automate it based on the years of learning that's going into these large algorithms? So we're looking at things like Bill Explainer, where we can actually walk a customer through a bill, explain the charges to them, differences between each month. Looking at operations, a lot of manual activities take place in operations today where someone's reading data and making a call. All of that can be automated through AI. So we're looking at a large breadth of things in our products.
And as one such example, you mentioned Bill Explainer. When I was going through your demo booth, I saw it was very clear. If I had a bill that had a data cap of, say, 15 gig, and I only consumed like 5 gig that month, I went to bed early every night. You would make that recommendation to leverage a plan that best met my needs.
That's exactly right. If you think about that, a lot of our customers have people employed specifically for retention strategies. Right, so they're working to build a retention strategy, training specific care agents and how they execute on that. But a lot of times they're invoking that when it's too late. With AI, we can actually predict that early have the conversation without any training at all, and actually grow that lifetime value of the customer as a result.
I want to ask a bit of a provocative question here.
Sure.
When we think about how we measure success, there have been KPIs that we've traditionally leveraged, the likes of NPS.
Yep.
I had a panelist earlier today saying NPS isn't going to be the future. It's other business metrics that are really going to define success. Do you feel similarly?
Yeah, for sure. I think ease of use is really going to be kind of where people focus, because they're going to want to be able to have a service that's convenient and simple for them to use. So Net Promoter Score might get a little bit outdated.
If we zoom out and we think about your overall software as a service strategy here at AWS, we've been thinking a lot about typically, if you think about cloud native, BSS as a whole rather, cloud native solutions, specifically those that are external and cross-platform, have really taken on the role of innovators and differentiators.
Yeah.
Is that sort of your overall strategy?
Yeah, for sure. Again, so we can move so fast by utilizing the AWS products in our build-out strategy. We don't have to be experts anymore on things like managing databases or infrastructure. We can be experts on our secret sauce. What's our differentiator that's actually compelling that only we can do? So we put that into our product strategy and thought, and then we use AWS to do the rest.
And so if you were to provide any practical advice to telco customers who are looking to embrace software as a service for the first time, what might you share with them?
Move now, move quickly, because the benefits are going to be there. You have to get there. If you look at it, that's why technology companies have grown so fast, because they're embracing those types of concepts, and it's allowing them to move fast and break stuff. On the telco side, been very slow to do that. So if you start to embrace cloud and SaaS, you can operate more like a technology company, becoming a tech co, right, which is a big trend we've seen here at Mobile World Congress, and help actually move very, very quickly to innovate and drive new experiences to their end customer.
I feel like we've covered a lot here in just a few short minutes. Exactly like the dev cycle required to build the generative AI experience in the first place.
That's exactly right.
Is there any question I didn't ask that I should have?
No, I mean, I think for us, our journey to AWS has been really unique. We actually were running in a private data center in the United States, and we had a European customer, and we were looking at the cost to expand and run that. Fortuitously, I happened to be at a customer that had AWS presenting to them, and I just said, wow, this is going to change everything. So we canceled our strategies to build out another private data center, ported straight to AWS. We were the first true cloud-native, multi-tenant SaaS solution from a BSS standpoint to be on AWS. And it's been a great journey since then. A lot of customer adoption, really seeing it change in the minds of customer in the last 3 years as they've really started to embrace this. So really exciting space for us to be.
This is going to change everything. I couldn't agree more, as you just said. This is exactly what we're looking for, the convergence of all of these different domains of software as a service, of network cloudification, of generative AI. I think it's such a testament not only to the agility that your team can move, but the clear interest in customer signals that we're seeing. So congratulations to your team.
Yeah.
Encourage everyone tuning in here to take a look at that video demo that'll be linked in this very video. And thanks so much for joining us in the studio.
Excellent. Thank you.